Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 13 huge Coronation Street spoilers for next week. Next week on Coronation Street, Dee Dee reconsiders her future following a worrying diagnosis for Frankie, while David is forced to lie after he's confronted by Maddie and Logan. Meanwhile, Lisa grows jealous as Carla continues to downplay their relationship. Here's a look at 13 big moments coming up. You can also check out our collection of 22 spoiler pictures from these episodes. Following Frankie's sudden admission to hospital, Lauren is devastated when Frankie's doctor reveals the results of the blood tests. Lauren turns to Max for support and tells him the test results are much more sinister than they thought. Having confided in Sarah about her pregnancy, Dee Dee tells her that she's come to a decision about her baby. However, it's clear that Dee Dee is struggling with the situation as a tense argument breaks out between her and Anthea in the cafe. Dee Dee is given cause for concern when Max confesses that Lauren is struggling with her mental health. Dee Dee pays Lauren a visit and promises that she'll help her find a donor for Frankie. Later, the doctor confirms Frankie's diagnosis and starts the process of looking for a suitable donor. The news causes Dee Dee to question whether she's making the right decision. David is under pressure when Maddie and Logan confront him over the stolen money, and things escalate when they show up at the salon claiming to be David's friends. Meanwhile, Jesse asks David to pick up the wedding rings from the jewelers. The family are horrified when David returns home with a black eye and split lip without the rings. When Jesse manages to track down the rings to a local shop, David fears his lies will be exposed. When Daisy overhears Debbie accusing Maddie of stealing her car, she is overcome with guilt about her involvement. Daisy's behavior begins to draw suspicion from Shona when she accidentally reveals her knowledge of Shona's involvement in the hit and run. Daisy tries to convince Shona to get her injuries checked out, but her concern leads Shona to question her motives. David fears that Shona is hiding something from him when he spots her deep in conversation with Adam. Later, David quizzes Shona about her day, but is left with more suspicions when Shona fails to mention Adam. Carla and Lisa treat themselves to a spa afternoon at the Chariot Square Hotel, but when Debbie makes an innocent comment about the two of them being friends, Carla doesn't correct her. Meanwhile, Lisa struggles to hide her discomfort when Sarah and Ezzy tell her about Carla's business meeting with a handsome client. Lisa decides to keep a close eye on Carla's business lunch and is furious to see the client flirt with her. Following a power failure at the factory, Carla gives the workers the afternoon off. Everyone decides to make the most of the situation by having a few drinks, but Bobby, Kirk, and Fizz get kicked out of the Rovers after sneaking in their own alcohol. Bobby decides to keep the party going by inviting Kirk and Fizz back to the flat for some more drinks, but the trio receive a surprise when they discover Lisa in her dressing gown. Lean delights in telling Nick and Toya how much Sam is looking forward to his holiday, having secretly derailed Toya's chance to leave with Nick instead. When Nick and Sam leave on their trip, Lean makes an online payment of £789 out of Toya's fake bank account. Meanwhile, Toya reveals her money troubles to Lean and Amy, admitting that she barely has any money in her account and her credit card is up to its limit. Lean makes out that the wine company has overcharged them, and Amy agrees to check the accounts. In private, Lean transfers £300 from the bistro account to Toya's fake account. Lean and Toya inform Chesney that Les's former employers have now increased their compensation offer to £60,000 on the condition that they sign the NDA. The new offer comes as Chesney has been harboring concerns that there may be more to Les' death than it seems. Gemma returns from Portsmouth and is hurt that Chesney hid the truth from her. She urges Chesney to stop digging and accept his share of the money. When Chesney pulls up in his car, he's annoyed to see his enemy across the street. The van driver quickly moves along, but Chesney decides to follow it to the Freshco car park. After weeks of being targeted by the driver, Chesney decides to retaliate and sneaks behind the van with a bag of sugar. What's Chesney planning to do? Audrey puts her plan to sabotage Gail's upcoming wedding into motion by pretending to be unwell. Gail insists on checking Audrey's temperature, but when Gail has her back turned, Audrey dunks the thermometer in David's coffee. Alarmed by Audrey's temperature, Gail orders her to see a doctor.